15-year-old Aisha loved her family's small electronics shop in the bustling market. It wasn't fancy, but it was theirs, and she dreamed of one day making it shine. While her older brothers, Teo and Jide, preferred to hang out with friends or chase easy money with quick schemes, Aisha was the one who truly understood the business. She spent hours after school, fixing cracked phone screens, troubleshooting laptops, and even teaching older customers how to use their new gadgets. She had a knack for it, a quiet patience, and a genuine desire to help. Her parents praised her constantly, calling her their little genius and the future of the shop. When a complex repair came in that Teo or Jide couldn't handle, it was always Aisha they called. She'd spend late nights poring over diagrams, her fingers nimble as she brought dead devices back to life. Every naira she earned from her repairs, she'd dutifully hand over to her mother, who would smile and say, "For the family, my hardworking daughter." Aisha felt a quiet pride in contributing, in seeing her parents' shoulders relax a little. She saw their reliance on her as a sign of her importance, her unique value. As Aisha entered her late teens, her role only deepened. She effectively became the shop's lead technician, and even its quiet manager. She handled inventory, dealt with tricky suppliers, and kept the loyal customers coming back with her honest advice and excellent service. Her parents gradually stepped back more, trusting Aisha completely with the day-to-day operations. They seemed content to let her handle everything, offering little more than a nod of approval. Meanwhile, Teo and Jide, despite being older, rarely lifted a finger in the shop. They were always asking for money, usually from their parents, for their latest brilliant business ideas that never quite panned out. Aisha often overheard her parents quietly discussing how they were using the shop's profits, her profits, to bail out Teo's failed ventures or to pay for Jide's impulsive purchases. Yet, whenever Aisha needed a new tool or suggested investing in better repair equipment, her parents would sigh, "We don't have the funds, Aisha. The family has other urgent needs right now." She'd nod, understanding, and make do with what she had, believing it was for the greater good. One day, a major electronics brand announced a nationwide competition for young innovators, offering a grand prize of a fully equipped modern workshop and a mentorship program. This was Aisha's dream. She spent weeks secretly working on an innovative, sustainable repair solution, pouring all her free time and a tiny bit of her own saved money into the prototype. She saw it as her chance to truly elevate the family shop, to bring it into the future. Just as she was finalizing her submission, she overheard a hushed conversation between her parents and Teo. Teo was explaining a, quote, brilliant new business venture he'd just started, something about importing gadgets directly. He needed a large sum of money, more than the family had. Aisha's father, looking stressed, said, "We have to figure this out, Teo. Your mother and I have put everything into your future. We just took out a loan using the shop's title deeds as collateral." Aisha's blood ran cold. The shop, their lifeline, mortgaged? For Teo's latest scheme? Then her mother said softly, "And Jide needs money for his training program too. We just don't have anything left." She sighed. Maybe Aisha's little competition winnings would have helped, but Teo scoffed. "Aisha's little hobby? That's not real money, Mama. My business will make us all rich. But we need this capital now." It hit Aisha like a physical blow. Not only had her parents secretly mortgaged the shop without a word to her, the one truly keeping it afloat, but they were dismissing her passion, her talent, and her hard work as a hobby. Her brothers, who contributed nothing but debt, were seen as the future, while she was just the reliable, quiet workhorse whose earnings were simply theirs to redirect. The family needs were never hers. They were always for her brother's endless demands and her parents' misguided investments in them. The deep, aching sense of betrayal was overwhelming. Her years of selfless dedication felt like a cruel joke. The spark of defiance. The next morning, Aisha walked into the shop, her usual quiet efficiency replaced by a steely resolve. She didn't say a word about what she'd overheard. Instead, she took her carefully finished prototype, a small device that could diagnose and suggest repairs for common phone issues with surprising accuracy, and quietly submitted it to the innovation competition. She had always been humble, but now, a flicker of defiance burned within her. This wasn't just for the shop anymore. This was for her. Days turned into weeks. Her family continued as before, demanding, expecting, oblivious to the shift inside Aisha. She continued her duties at the shop, but now, she worked with a newfound detachment. Her focus was on the competition, on building her future. When the call came, she was a finalist. A rare smile touched her lips. She told her parents simply that she needed to travel for a few days, for a, quote, tech conference. They barely looked up, busy discussing Jide's latest, urgent request. At the competition, surrounded by other bright young minds, Aisha felt a surge of confidence she hadn't known she possessed. Her presentation was clear, concise, and passionate. She spoke not just about her invention's technical merits, but about the importance of sustainable repair in a world of endless consumption. Her quiet strength, her deep knowledge, and her genuine belief in her solution shone through. A future reclaimed. When the winners were announced, Aisha's name rang out. The grand prize, the state-of-the-art workshop, the mentorship, and a substantial cash award. It was everything she had dreamed of and more. She felt a wave of emotions, triumph, relief, and a profound, quiet sorrow for the family she was leaving behind. Returning home, Aisha gathered her family. This time, there was no hiding, no polite silence. She held up the certificate, the proof of her victory. Her parents' eyes widened, then her brothers. "I won the competition," Aisha stated, her voice calm but firm. "And I'm opening my own workshop." Her parents immediately began to protest. "But Aisha, the shop. We need you. Who will fix everything? Who will bring in money?" Her mother's voice was tinged with panic. "My workshop will be in a different part of the city," Aisha continued, ignoring their pleas. "And the prize money is for my future. You mortgaged the family shop for Teo's schemes and Jide's demands. You called my passion a hobby, while relying on my work to keep you afloat. I'm done." Teo sputtered with indignation, calling her selfish. Jide looked genuinely stunned. Her parents looked ashamed, their faces falling as the full weight of their actions and her words sank in. The silence that followed was heavy with unspoken truths. Aisha didn't wait for their apologies or explanations. She packed her few belongings, took her new certificates, and left. It was agonizing to walk away from the life she had built for them, but a deep sense of liberation filled her. In the coming years, Aisha's new workshop, Aisha's Tech Haven, became a beacon of innovation and reliable service. Under the guidance of her mentors, she expanded her sustainable repair solutions, eventually even creating training programs for other young people. She built a reputation for integrity and skill, attracting customers from all over the city. She thrived, not just professionally but personally, finding a community that truly valued her for who she was. Her family eventually faced the consequences of their choices. Without Aisha, their old shop faltered and eventually closed. Teo's ventures continued to fail, and Jide struggled to find a steady path. They reached out to Aisha many times, sometimes with thinly veiled requests for help, sometimes with hesitant apologies. Aisha, now a successful and confident entrepreneur, always responded with grace. She sent her parents a modest allowance each month, enough to live comfortably, but she never again allowed herself to be their primary support. She had learned the hard lesson that true family doesn't take everything and leave you with nothing. She had been exploited, taken for granted, and deeply betrayed, but through it all, Aisha had found her own profound strength. She had built a life on her terms, proving that sometimes, walking away from what holds you back is the only way to truly rise.